If you just now tuning in, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell. GMS fam, the green room. Let's start this weekend off right. Hey, yo, GMS fam, the green room, what's going on, y'all? Happy Monday. We are back to the regular week. I hope y'all feeling good. Hope y'all doing well. You know, we started every show with peace, love, positive energy, good vibes, passing it forward, hoping that you pass it along as well. GMS fam, go ahead. If you are tuning in live right now, check in to the live chat as you see it. Shout out to Glow in the building. My homie Brim Dog is in the building. Glittery Bubbles is in the building. It's Monday. Share this link, share this live, man. Let people know where to come to right now. We finna discuss some things, man. We got some topics, man. You know, I try to keep it uplifting, man. I try to keep it positive, but we cannot escape tragedy. I have to start this out by sending condolences to Rickey Smiley and his family. There has been awful and tragic death in his family. His oldest son, Brandon, has passed away yesterday morning, I believe, I believe it was yesterday morning or the day before. What up, Soda Slim? What up, the Sheriff Fist? Yeah, very, very random, very shocking, just out of nowhere. And, you know, I had a whole different thing going on today, different topics and stuff until I saw this, and it kind of made me want to just kind of address it and play this, what he had to say about it, and go on from there. Put your condolences in the chat. How about that? Send your prayers and your love to Rickey Smiley. This is what he had to say on the passing of his oldest son.
Just have bad news this morning. I'm on my way to the airport to get to Birmingham. I just want everybody to pray for me. Pray for our family. My son, Brandon Smiley, has passed away this morning. I'm about to go get on a flight and try to get to Birmingham. Vicky, good morning. Lord have mercy, Jesus. I just want all our cousins and different family members to pray, be strong. I'm okay. Pray for my son's mother and my son's siblings. Pray for my son and my daughter, everybody that was raised with Brandon. Pray for Brandon's mother, Brenda, and his dad, Tyre, and his sister Taylor, and everybody. I hate to announce this. I just want to give it to you before you hear it in the streets. My son, Brandon Smiley, passed away this morning. I'm on my way to the airport. Pray for me. I'm okay. And the car's actually here to pick me up now. Life come with a whole bunch of twists and turns. I don't care where you go or what. I just don't know what to do. I can't think. Do I got my keys? I took a bath. Make sure I'm on my way to home. I can't.
Yeah, that's got to be hard, man. That's got to be difficult, man. It hasn't been confirmed yet what his son passed from. I don't want to put anything out in the atmosphere. I'm just, kind of speculating a little bit. When people have a reaction like this and kind of don't immediately say what it was that their loved one passed from, most of the time it's from self-deletion. Gotta be careful what we say on this app. But it seems like it was I feel like it was that. I could be wrong, and if I am, I want to apologize beforehand, but I have a feeling that's what it was. And that's another reason why I wanted to bring this up, not just to shed light on this, but also to, really talk about how comedians, because his son was a comedian, a lot of the times, a lot of these people are not just out here trying to make you laugh, but they're trying to be joyful, to get away from the things that are currently hurting them inside. A lot of comedians deal with internal shit, and they go out and they make people laugh, and the reception that they get helps them a lot more than you think that it helps you when you want to go out and get a laugh. Once again, I'm not trying to put this on him or try to say that this is what was confirmed, because nothing has been confirmed yet, not that I've seen. But it's just the way that these things go when people announce things like this. A lot of the times it ends up being because somebody took their own life. So I'm hoping and praying that wasn't it, but the way that it went down, it seems that way. It's sad, man, and it hurts even more because like I said, it's somebody who goes out here to tell jokes to want to make other people feel good. It's an escape, and some people really can't escape themselves, and those inner demons that they fight, sometimes take control of them, and they don't know what to do about it. So I'm praying for Rickey's family, you know what I'm saying, his Brandon's loved ones, and everybody in that circle. Brimdall said comedy is therapy. It really is, for the comedian and the audience. Yes, it is. Just it goes in tandem with music. You know what I'm saying? Music is therapy as well. There's a lot of musical artists who go out there and deal with a lot of shit, but once they get on stage and they perform, it brings something out of them. It brings a different joy. It settles whatever chaos that they have going on in their mind or in their heart or in their soul. So, just sending prayers, man, and love and energy, man. It's always, it's weird, man. And not that it's not common and this shit doesn't happen, but, I hate to hear about stuff like that, especially when it's having to do with the people in the comedy world, man. So, salute to Rickey Smiley, man. Love and prayers to the family. We rooting for you, man, and we hoping that y'all, pull through this and keep going on in life and doing amazing things for people. And, carrying on his legacy. Now, I have to speak on this shit here. I want to do the review last because I wanted to review the movie You People. I don't know how many of y'all saw the movie. I want to talk about it later on in the show. I want to get through some topics first. There's some things I've seen on the internet that I want to talk about. I want to address. Now, for those who know about the comedian Louis C.K., I want to keep it on the comedian side of shit right now. Louis C.K. has been through the Me Too movement, cancel culture, all that shit, due to him wanting to beat his meat in front of women, and apparently forced a few women to watch him do it, I guess, which, in my opinion, I still don't know to this day what makes somebody sit in a room that they aren't being locked in. They literally aren't binded and handcuffed to a fucking chair or the bed or some shit to make somebody forced to just watch somebody beat their meat. But yeah, that's what happened. And yeah, I mean, what what do you want? I mean, what do you really want from that situation? I mean, that's a whole nother conversation. I mean, I would really hope, especially me being somebody who has a daughter, to really like drill that part into, you know, my child's head. Like, yo, listen, there's gonna be some weirdos out here who feel like they can take advantage of you because you're a woman. Please remember that as long as you have a choice, please make the right one. All I know is if there was somebody in front of me who whipped they shit out and started beating off, I'm walking away. I'm leaving. I don't care who you are. You can be the most famous, most richest person in the world. I'm not going to sit there in that room and you know what I'm saying? Like, but that's neither here nor there. All right. Here's why I'm bringing up Louis C.K. There's a video that's going viral right now of a girl who was clearly being sarcastic because for some reason people want cancel culture to be more effective when it comes to this type of stuff. And I mean, I don't know how to really explain it besides having you hear her for yourself. Listen to this.
I just say something kind of controversial, but like, hear me out. Can we stop canceling guys who are such wonderful, brilliant artists over like hearsay? Like, women have stories of them being creepy, but like nobody knows the real story. And like, yeah, sure, a couple people have the same story, but like, okay, just so that we could tell that story, that guy never gets to work again. Like, even if he admits to it and he pays a settlement or he apologizes, their career is fucked forever. They never reach the same level of success. They can't sell the same number of tickets. They can't do what they love or pursue their passion anymore. Can ruin their lives. Like,
now, if you guys pay attention to this video while she's talking and being condescending and being sarcastic, there is a whole billboard behind her that says Louis C.K. tonight sold out at Chase Bank Arena. Basically, her saying in a nutshell that people don't care about what women go through and that we basically don't take these things seriously enough to not to stop people from continuing on their career. Now, I could see if this was like a R. Kelly concert or some shit, or like a you know what I'm saying? Like, I would get it then. But in this instance, what do you want people to do? You want his fans to be mad at him for beating off? I'm sorry, man. I please, if somebody can explain to me what I'm missing, if somebody can explain to me what I'm missing, can I read to y'all something real quick? This is what I read. At the time, I said to myself that what I did was okay because I never showed a woman my dick without asking first, which is also true. But what I learned later in life too late is that when you have power over another person, asking them to look at your dick isn't a question, it's a predicament for them. The power I had over these women is that they admired me, and I wielded that power irresponsibly. Did you hear what I said? He said that he would ask these women if he could pull his junk out and start beating it. And they said yes, but the problem is they didn't want to say yes. They only said yes because he was who he was. Now, you want his fan base to stop buying tickets to his shows over that. That's not a moment for somebody to learn. You want somebody's whole livelihood to be torn away from them because you don't want them to learn. Instead, you just want to be like, hey, he did some sick shit. I can see if he actually abused these women, then go after him, please, with all due respect. But this is one of those weird situations where it's like, hey man, I'm sorry. The reality of the situation is I would have hoped that y'all would have walked out the room and refused to just sit there and watch somebody beat their meat. I am sorry. I don't mean to sound insensitive, but that is just that's how I feel. I don't know about anybody else. But I know a lot of people, and this is why I'm going to mention this because of the power dynamic here. A lot of people have been in a situation where they're walking down the street and maybe seeing a homeless dude pissing on the corner or doing some random shit. You didn't keep going. You didn't keep going next to this mother. You didn't walk past him, or you didn't give him the chance to walk up on you. You got the fuck out of Dodge, didn't you? We got to start treating famous people the same way. That's my point. So what if he's Louis C.K., bro? So what if they're X, Y, and Z? Get the fuck out of Dodge. Especially if you are not being forced to do so. I'm not here to exclude or to, demonize people that have been in a fucked up situation. What I'm trying to do is bring reality back to these situations, because why are you talking about Louis C.K. when there's like real predators and vicious individuals out here who are preying on women? Not somebody who was mistaken by being, hey, I'm Louis C.K. I can, hey, you want to see this? And somebody saying, yeah, and me being like, all right, cool. And still till this day, you know what? Let me get off the legal side of it. I'm not going to go to the legal side of it. All I know is that if there are women out here right now, listen to me, listen to my voice, listen to what I'm saying. If you are ever in a room or in a predicament where a man whips out his junk and just starts beating off, please walk the fuck away and get out of the room. And if you have an object on you, hit him with it, throw it. I don't care. Do something, but get away from that situation. Don't just sit there and watch so you can be, traumatized later because you didn't get up and walk away. Please. Please get up and walk away. I beg you. And fuck cancel culture. We're not doing the cancel culture shit. Cancel culture is over with. Y'all ruined cancel culture when you started going for dumb shit. You didn't keep it on the people that was actually doing wrong. You started going for people that made simple human mistakes. Once you start going after people who said something 10, 15 years ago, when it comes to certain communities that get protected, see, that's the fucked up part. Cancel culture only works for white people. It'll get black people up out the paint, but it only works for white people in the sense you got to understand, like, any other group, bro, will go crazy over something that happened. And then when it comes to black people, we are the ones that get second guessed, who get questioned, who get asked, well, where's Black Lives Matter, in a situation that literally, like I'm gonna get to more because there's more details that I want to spread to the masses right now about the Tyre Nichols situation. But even when it comes to an abuse of power, our lives don't matter. I'm not here to preach the organization's message. I'm here to just talk about reality. This is the reality. This is what I see on a daily basis, how people react to the things that we go through opposed to what other people deal with. Now, speaking of the new details and info that are coming out about the Tyre Nichols situation with the 5 cops who are now charged with murder, here's the thing. I didn't know about this. I'm not going to say I didn't know about this until yesterday, that there was a white officer involved in that entire thing. I didn't watch the body cam footage. I refused to watch it. There was no need for me to watch it. I already knew what was going to happen. People were going to go out there and try to make up bullshit scenarios why it was justified or why it's this and that. No, it's never justified. They were literally fired and convicted or fired and charged for a reason. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But there was a white officer involved apparently who is on administrative leave. Not fired or charged, but on administrative leave. What up, AP? Appreciate you. He said donations. This is what we see here. Listen to this. Listen to what they had to do to explain this
He knew
officer
that they'd
here.
already relieved him of duty. When the chief stood up in front of all those cameras and talked about what we were going to see on those videotapes, talked about what we would hear on those videotapes, talked about the officers that were relieved, why did she not mention him? This is going to be hard for me to say, but I just have to say it. I am all for black girl magic, but I'm for black girl magic when it's actually magical. What I see happening now is a form of verbal magic. It's called prestidigitation. Prestidigitation, a lot of people liken to sleight of hand. It's when you're doing something with one hand, but the real trick is going on with the other hand. That's what I see Chief Davis doing. She presents herself as if she's doing something. I have fired these officers swiftly. Well, let's just run it down, Chief Davis. In fact, what you did in Atlanta was lead the Red Dog unit, a unit that terrorized its community. Then that was disbanded. When you went to Memphis, you started the Scorpion unit, and we see how that turned out.
The Scorpion unit. Do you understand that this specific unit of cops have had several complaints against them in Memphis? There's a trend here. That's what a lot of people don't understand. There's a trend here. That's why there is a distrust and there is a disconnect between the regular citizens and law enforcement, because we can try to trust those motherfuckers, and then go to the precinct, give complaints about the ones that are doing wrong, and nothing will be done about it until it's too late, until they have killed somebody. This is not the only time that this has happened. There have been several instances where somebody has went to complain about an officer or several officers, and then later on be abused or be killed, and nothing be done about that. It's weird when they start building these little units.
Two units, one you led and one you started, that have terrorized their communities. I am not going to pat you on the back for firing these officers when you started the unit that allowed them to terrorize people. There were complaints about this unit that clearly fell on deaf ears, and you stood in our faces in front of those cameras and never once mentioned Officer Hemphill. Not one time. When you knew he had been relieved of duty on January the 8th, why would you not mention that? That's not black girl magic. What we need to do as black people is stop being impressed because black people are in positions of power. What good is it If you are black and in power and doing the work of my oppressor, what good is it if you are in spaces and not standing up for the people? That's not magical. That's deceitful.
Leave it to a black woman to get on your ass. Boy, I tell you. Rightfully so. Because here's the thing, man. There hasn't just been complaints about those officers. There were complaints about that specific woman in charge. Man, look. That's not the only thing that's been circulating. Now, once again, this cannot be confirmed, but it is circulating around social media that one of the officers involved with murdering Tyre Nichols had a baby mother who was getting tapped out by Mr. Nichols. And after they beat him to death, that specific officer took pictures and sent it to his ex. Now, I have not seen this confirmed anywhere else besides social media where they're just talking about it, speculating. Until I see more confirmation on this, I will speak further. But this is what's making it. I'm not just saying this because I saw somebody randomly tweet this. This has been shown on several sites. Several. I do not speak on anything unless I am seeing this motherfucker everywhere. Not saying because that means it's confirmed, but that means that it's been circulating and these rumors are touching different people at different times. And if that's the case, that explains everything that I was saying when I first spoke on this, man. And a lot of people that have spoke on this instance as well. A lot of people said that looked personal. Does anybody know what a crime of passion is? That can be committed by police officers as well. Hope you know that. AP said, wonder if they pulled the hit on Dolph or at least paid for it. At this point, anything is possible with that type of corruption. Here's the thing. Why have we not heard anything else about these guys that did this? The guys that did this to Dolph. Haven't heard much. And the people that they did lock up did not fit or match the body types of the people that were caught on surveillance camera doing the shooting. It's very weird. But the thing about it is, I wouldn't put it past the officer or whoever it was to do something like this. Please remember that we're talking about police officers who, and not even this. Let me make it very clear. I'm not talking about this precinct specifically, but just cop nature. Period. We're talking about the same type of people who will go and take pictures of Kobe Bryant and his daughter and other children and other bodies burnt to death in a helicopter crash and pass it around to their homies while drinking a beer. So I wouldn't put it past a police officer to take a picture of a beat up body, a brutally beaten up body, and sending it somewhere like it was nothing. I hate it, man. It's people talking about don't run. Do you see what they doing to people out here? How could you blame somebody for running? I don't encourage it. I sure as fuck don't encourage it, but it's like, how could I blame somebody from running away from fucking animals? This is a gang. What would you do if you saw a group of Crips walking up on you? You gonna stand there and say, howdy do, motherfucker? You gonna get the fuck out the way. These people are unpredictable. Most of the time, police officers want it's a situation to escalate. And they don't have to necessarily say the wrong things. They can just do the things that they're allowed to try to escalate a situation. I done seen it happen so many times, man. But fuck him, man. Fuck all them officers involved with that situation. I don't give a fuck about those guys. They try to talk about all this shit and try to add race into it. And of course, race plays a part. Of course it does. How? It was black officers and a black guy. What are you guys gonna say? It's racist? Shut your dumb ass up. What my man say? He said, once you put on that fucking uniform, you are not black, you are blue now. If you put on that uniform and you are actively against us as a community, you are not black, you are blue. And as a matter of fact, when you are black and you take on the responsibility of being a police officer, you should already know the stigma that comes with it. That's reality. It shouldn't, I mean, if you want to be a good cop, it shouldn't be there. But at the same time, it is. Just like the stigma of being black in America, period, hangs over your head regardless of what type of person you are. When you are black and you put on that uniform, you put on the mask of being a part of that blue gang. And people talk to me about, well, there are good cops, man. There are good. Why? We can't shit on the good cops. If you are a good cop, but you're not out here actively trying to be against the bad cops and flushing out your precinct of the bad cops, I don't give a fuck about you being a good cop. I just told somebody about that the other day, talking about a good cop. That's like a nigga joining the gang talking about, all right, y'all do y'all thing. Y'all can run the streets and y'all can kill other black men and y'all can kill black babies and y'all can shoot mothers and grandparents in the head. But I am going to go over here and I'm going to pick up some trash. I'm going to try to talk to the youth. I'm going to try to do my thing to make sure that they, don't choose this life. Nah, man, what the fuck is the point? What the fuck is what is your point when your whole squadron is out here doing fuck shit? You feel me? Like that shit's crazy to me. AP said, devil's advocate, what if the dude touched your child or beat your child while he was with your baby mama? Well, I guess I'm being dead ass. I'm abusing my power. If we want to talk reality. Now this specific situation aside, we're not talking about Tyre Nichols and his situation. We're talking about a situation like that. If this was a situation like that where a police officer who had a baby mom whose new boyfriend was now abusing their child, well, guess what? You abuse my child, I'm abusing my authority, you punk bitch ass nigga. And that's how I feel. But see, here's the fucked up part about that too, AP, is that pussy will make a motherfucker go and do some crazy shit quicker than he would for some other shit that was even more heinous, like somebody doing something to their child. Some of these motherfuckers out here ain't shit. And they don't think about the child first. And if it was me, I would have did it by myself. Why the fuck am I dragging all these other motherfuckers with me down the dirt? Why I gotta bring them into it? I'm already equipped. I got everything I need. I got a vest. I got a utility belt like fucking Batman, nigga. I got everything. I have everything that I need. Why am I bringing all these other motherfuckers with me? You want to know why? Because I'm a hoe ass nigga that can't fight the nigga that's fucking my baby mom right now. Like, that's the crazy part. And it pissed me off to know, or to not to know, but to see that being speculated, because it would make so much sense. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I did not click on to watch the video. The video came up, and here's the thing. I fucked up the other day. I wasn't trying to watch the video. I wasn't trying to do it, but when I was talking about Jason Whitlock, I played a clip from Fox News with Jason Whitlock talking, and they had the video playing in the background. And when I was watching the replay of my live, I was like, oh shit, there it is. So then I had to see, like, you know, type of shit that they were doing. I'm like, yeah, that looks like that looks personal. He said they wanted to smoke. He didn't have to convince them. Yeah, that's the other part too. How quick they be ready to do this shit. That's what be happening out here. I was telling the story. Matter of fact, like, there's been so many times I probably could have been a statistic if I didn't just swallow my pride and walk the fuck away. Like, dealing with police officers, like, I be talking and I be, you know, hearing shit like, you know, somebody like a Charleston White talking about how black men will react to other black men opposed to how they would react to white people or the police. And it's like, I never had smoke for black people in my life like that, ever. I've never been a person to be against my own people. So when I thought about it, I'm like, I've always been on the defense. There was a moment when me and my guys were driving around. It's wintertime, and if anybody knows about the winter and the city and how narrow the streets can become when you're in the city driving down, you know, neighborhoods and shit like that, and trying to find a park, you're gonna be trying to find it all day, especially at night. So me and my guys driving around, we got a car full of us, man. It's like 5 of us. We in the car trying to find a park. We going around the neighborhood, the block and shit. There was a cop car sitting with all his lights off, but the car was on, and he seen us pull down the street. Excuse me, and then we went around and then pulled down the same street again. And I guess he thought we were doing some weird shit, so he drove out and started following us. But it was just literally, bro, it was like a coincidence. As soon as he pulled out in front of us, or pulled out in back of us, there was a park right there. So we pulled in to park, and the cop pulled behind us, but like a car behind us. So when we turned off the car, we all got out, we start walking down the street, and the cop is still sitting there, lights off. He didn't turn on his lights when he followed us. His lights was off. He seen us walking down the street. He's just sitting there staring at us. And I bend down, I look in his window. I was like, hey. He rolled his window down. I was like, hey, is there a reason why you sitting here? He said, get the fuck out of here. I knew what the fuck was finna come. I knew it. I felt it in my heart. I said, listen, man, I know this nigga. As soon as I say fuck you or call him a bitch or say anything like that, our whole night is finna turn upside down. Our whole night is finna go left. So I just smiled at him. All the homies was quiet. They felt the energy too. They knew what was going on. I smiled at him, walked away. Had to eat that one. Because at that moment, I'm thinking it's either my life or one of their lives. Because nobody with me is timid. Nobody with me is scary. Nobody with me is hesitant. So if I react to this cop saying, get the fuck out of here, I'm hyping them up. He gets out, says some other shit. They say some shit. We all say some shit. Now he's thinking of how he can get a probable cause to have some bullshit happen. All this shit got to be thought about in the moment. I know it's hard for a lot of people, especially people that don't have a mature enough mind to know, or sense enough to know what type of battles to fight. This is the type of shit I'm talking about. The police cannot be trusted. They're not here to protect and serve. They're not here to look out for you. They're not here to have your back. They are out here to kill you or find a reason to do so. Now, rest in peace to Tyre Nichols, by the way. All right. Now, out of everybody here, man, I need to know, how many of y'all have seen the movie You People on Netflix? How many of y'all have seen this movie yet? I got to know. I have to know. Before I speak on it, I got to know. I don't want to do too much if not everybody has, if not most of you has seen it. And I want to know your honest opinions about it, because we want to talk about some things about this movie, man, because it comes out at a time where racial tension is still high, but at a sense where everybody's more fake outraged than actually feeling offended. Okay, all right, Glittery seen it. All right, I know AP done seen. AP saw it yesterday, I believe. Look, I get the corniness when it comes to making the films where the white person dates the black person and then their families got to come together and all the other shit, and they be like, oh yeah, like, let's see how culturally different we are. But it's like, in a sense where, I don't know, a lot of things, I mean, for movie's sake, things got to go overboard, you know what I'm saying? It's got to be more obvious and shit like that. So they played more on the racial stereotypes of certain shit. But I think what helped it was like Eddie Murphy's style of how he moves around on film and how he speaks on film and how relaxed he is on film. I think that actually helps the viewer digest the movie more, in my opinion. I liked it. I mean, to me, it wasn't a bad movie. It wasn't something I'd be like, oh my God, it was so great, you got to go see it. But it was something for this time, I guess, if you will. I will say it was good to see Lauren London out here, you know what I'm saying, getting her feet well. I will say, for the people that did see the movie, did anybody at any point see Lauren London and Jonah Hill kiss each other? Because I'm sure they were married in the movie, right? Or about to get married, or boyfriend and girlfriend and shit, about to get married. Not one scene did these two kiss in, which did not give me, I think that's what fucked me up a little bit, because you have a movie of people being, you know, in a relationship, about to get married, trying to meet their family. There was no real romantic connect. Like, how are you putting these two who are supposed to be the polar opposites? We're seeing this whole shit of, you know, they're this and they're that. They're from different ethnic backgrounds and all this shit, but we don't see them actually be intimate with each other, besides like a scene where they kind of, you know, where, you know what I'm saying? Whereas like you could, it was insinuating that they was fucking, but you did not actually see them fucking on film. You know what I'm saying? It was like the slide down of the camera to get to the feet, doing all the yeah, ooh wee. Like, like, are we watching a PG movie or what the fuck? But they did not kiss each other at all. So I didn't have no connection to their characters as far as them being in a relationship. They were more like best friends who were trying to get their families to like each other and shit. You know what I'm saying? And then that's what made it weird for me, because I'm like, are they not doing this? Like, it had me thinking like, okay, is Lauren not doing this out of respect for Nip? But then I thought about it. No, she already played in a movie already with Michael B. Jordan, played his girl. But then, I mean, she was only in that movie for 20 seconds. They killed her right away. So it was like, I don't know. And then you think, and then you kind of think, because they had a Nipsey scene in the movie. You know what I'm saying? There was a cut scene where they were playing Nipsey's song. They showed the Nipsey mural. So it's like, it confirmed it for me and shit. It was like, oh shit, maybe she don't want to do this on camera because like she want to, you know, be respectful. But then at the same time, it's like, how long can you do that when this is your career? Like you're gonna be expected to, you know, have a romantic scene with somebody if you're playing somebody's love interest in a movie. I don't think that, you know, she would oppose it. But I mean, you never know. Their relationship didn't click to me. It's almost like the parents in the movie had to hold this movie up. You know what I'm saying? The different dynamics of each family had to hold the movie together, because you couldn't really grasp their relationship. You know what I'm saying? You really didn't look at them like they were together. You know what I'm saying? They were really like some homies. But there was a scene in the movie, man, that I have to bring up, because this was something that I think, you know, Kenya Barris, shout out to him, he directed it, written by Jonah Hill and Kenya Barris. But just writing this part where they're sitting at the table, there's a dinner scene where the families come together, they have dinner, and they start speaking about the Jewish community, and they start speaking about Farrakhan. That was weird. It was funny, but it was weird. It was almost like, I gotta laugh at this because I know they joking. But and here, you know what? Let me be honest, bro. Let me be super 100 with you. The reason why it felt weird was because we've kind of been programmed to think about the fake outrage as well. You know, not that we're fake outrage, but we're kind of programmed to think like, damn, I wonder what somebody's going to say, or somebody might be mad at this, or somebody is going to find a reason to talk about this scene. And I mean, sure enough, they did. Like, there were definitely people that was like, I mean, You People was a funny movie, but I ain't like that Farrakhan scene. And it was like, damn, man, like, we got to learn how to laugh again, man. We got to learn how to really enjoy some shit and let loose, bro. Like, it's a movie. And it's a comedy. Like, we got to be able to laugh with each other. Fucking Eddie Murphy had on a kufi. They set that motherfucker on fire. Like, how is that not funny? Yeah, they burned. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, people will see that and be like, oh, they burned the kufi. That Farrakhan didn't actually give Eddie Murphy that kufi, fam. Like, it's a movie. That's why it's funny. Like, I don't know, man. Maybe my humor's different. Maybe I'm trying to learn how to laugh more instead of thinking things like I just said about like fake outrage and all that bullshit from the internet. But I mean, it was a funny scene, man, and it was some shit where, I mean, I think if you haven't seen it, I think that scene right there was like the official icebreaker of, all right, y'all, this is a movie where we gonna touch base on a few things, but we want y'all to laugh. All right, we gonna get this the fuck out the way. And we all know what's been happening recently, you know what I'm saying, with the Kyrie Irvings and the Kanye West and the, you know, that documentary, which sold immensely. I wonder how much money that nigga made, bro. It was a black man that made that Hebrews to Negroes Hebrews to Negroes documentary. It was a black man who created that. And when Amazon, and here's the thing, I found out that it wasn't actually Amazon who upped the price, it was that man. Which now when you think about it in that sense, it was like, yeah, you motherfuckers want to watch my shit, I'm gonna up the price. It went from $11 to buy to $50 to buy. $2 to rent to $20 to rent. He wasn't playing around. And yeah, we were in a time where things were very turmoil. It was a lot of turmoil around the Jewish community and the black community. It wasn't really nobody else but that. And them putting that in the movie was more so just like, I don't know, man, break these fucking walls down, man. Learn how to laugh at yourself. This shit it's real, but at the same time, man, we got to get back to laughing. We got to get back to enjoying shit. Yeah, the culture police. AP said the message and conversation was appropriate considering the scenario. Yeah, I mean, what do you think would really happen in real life if you have two people dating and one of their parents is somebody who is devout to blackism, and then on the other hand, the other family is devout Jewish communityisms? You feel me? And you have somebody at the topic of conversation like Farrakhan, who, of course, the Jewish, a great amount of the Jewish community feels like he is anti-Semitic. So it's like that conversation is going to be had regardless if these two individuals were together or not. That's just how it goes. He said when Nick Cage stole the Declaration of Independence, the whites were silent. He said, did Jonah snatch her necklace like T.I.? They had Jonah in there being a cuck. Shout out to Andrew Schultz, man. They had Andrew Schultz in the movie. They had him playing a right-wing, cokehead party white boy, man. That shit's hilarious. I think that's funny as hell. Ace of Spades said, love conquers all. I wish that were the truth. It sounds good. It looks good on paper and in tweets and shit, but I wish that were true, you know? A lot of people felt like love will conquer all, and the next thing you know, somebody was shot, and then they were like, fuck. I thought you loved me, bitch. You kept the toilet seat up too long, too many times. I'm tired of this shit. Yeah, Eddie, first of all, please, chat, round of applause for Nia Long, man. Round of applause for Nia Long. I need y'all to show up and show out in the chat, man. Round of applause for Nia Long. Y'all not hitting the like button. What up with that? Hey, hit that like button if you listening to this live right now, man. You know what to do. Do your due diligence. He said Andrew did not act well to me. Yeah, that's because he was too into the moment. Hey, you want to know something funny, AP? It's funny you brought that up because Andrew is not a good actor. He's not. People just be happy to see him in shit because he's like the underdog comedian dude that like came out and did some shit. But the funny part about that is I think there was a reason why he didn't perform well. Let me tell you why. Andrew said on his podcast that while they were doing this movie, right, that the table scene where it was everybody for like the wedding party and shit, and they had Andrew there and all their friends and they shit. He said in between scenes, he was trying to crack jokes. He was just trying to get jokes off because he's like, I got, Eddie Murphy here. I got Jonah Hill. I got X, Y, and Z here. Like I got these comedians and these writers and shit in the room. Let me go ahead and bust some jokes off. He said not a nail one hit. Not a nail joke hit. He said Eddie didn't laugh not one motherfucking time. Imagine you being a comedian and a successful one at that, starting to become a successful one at that, and you trying to tell jokes at the table in front of a comedy goat, and that nigga didn't even crack a smile. He didn't even do a nigga didn't even hit the I mean, you not even funny enough to where a nigga can't say I know that had to be heartbreaking. But that's some things that might be motivation to some niggas, you know what I'm saying? He probably felt and took that moment and was like, I just need to go harder, man. I need to be better at my jokes, man. If I can't make the GOAT laugh, who can I really make laugh? Let me go back to the drawing board. Or how about this? Maybe this is a thought. Maybe Andrew doesn't translate to black people. I don't know. He translates to certain people. I like Andrew. I'm a fan of the guy as a comedian. But I don't think he translates to black people as a whole. Yeah. See, Infinite said, I've never found dude funny, and Eddie reaffirmed that. See, I'm sorry, Andrew. I love you, man. You're a good guy, but I gotta let you have it, bro. If you couldn't make the GOAT laugh, man, you gotta go back to the drawing board, my G. Hit him with the stuff. This picture right here. This how Eddie was looking at this nigga Andrew the whole time. He said, "What the fuck did you just say? Are you trying to tell jokes, nigga? Are you trying to crack jokes in front of me, nigga? Shut the fuck up. Do the scene, nigga. He ain't paying you $500 for nothing, nigga. Sit there and shut the fuck up." He said he always look like he on the verge of saying something racist. That's because he is, but he's one of those, like, edgy comedians who will want to say something and be like, of course I don't mean it because I'm a comedian type nigga. But there's some validity to that. I feel like everybody from a certain of a different background has something instilled in them from when they were a kid that is centered in racism. AP said he should have worried about the finished product doing well and let the people sing your praises. It's harder to make great comedians laugh. That's why I don't laugh at people's joke. See? Infinite Umber says, I high key think he is racist. Well, it's hard to say if Andrew is a racist, but if he's or prejudiced, but if he's out, what is he like racist? Is he racist adjacent or something? Like, what is that? Like, how do you say it? Like, is he just on the borderline? Because I don't necessarily agree that he's like he's a racist. Like, I wouldn't put the label racist on him, but like he definitely tips the border. He's the white guy who has the comfortable black friends, the people that he can be comfortable speaking about certain instances with. You know what I'm saying? Like, Andrew doesn't like the combative black people. Charlemagne is combative enough for him. He doesn't, you notice when he's talked about certain people in the past, like people like say a Tariq Nasheed or Rizza Islam or somebody like that, he's quite intimidated by those guys, which is why before he even talks to them or gets in the room with them to have a discussion, he'll tell himself that he will run circles around them or that he will want to be in the same room to have these discussions or debates with them, because he wants not only himself but the people that are fans of his to believe that he don't back down or that he's not afraid to say these things or to have these conversations with certain black people. But that's an intimidation tactic. That's a tactic to try to help keep his confidence, because when it actually comes down to it, in reality, Schultz has no idea what it's like to be black or to have a black experience other than being on the Black Effect Network. And that's not me trying to down Andrew, because like I said, I like the guy. I think he's cool, man. I fuck with Andrew. I'm not here to bash him or anything like that. I'm just keeping it real from what I see, because I'm not just the guy that be like, oh, I'm a fan of that guy, but I don't see, the flaws or the negative aspects of shit. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing we got to stop doing as a whole. If we're fans of somebody or we like somebody's work or their content, we have to stop putting up blindfolds to things that we don't agree with, because that's how a lot of these people get away with shit. That's how a Louis C.K. can sit in the room and beat his meat and nobody walk the fuck away, is because we haven't started a trend of people feeling like celebrities are just people and they don't have this secret power over people where they can do whatever the fuck they want. Glittery Bubble says, Andrew Schultz had the level of arrogance that gives New Yorkers a bad name. I can say do this or that because I'm from New York and my city is all that matters. Hey, I see that. Suspected white supremacist. I'll be like, look, I'll tell you like this. I have respect for Schultz, because even though he does have strong opinions and shit, I can't blame him for having those opinions, because for one, why wouldn't he? He's white. His parents were well off when he was growing up. He is one of these guys that, really kind of took the cards that were dealt with him and kind of capitalized off of that and made it keep going. You know what I'm saying? Not that he isn't working for his shit. It's just more so that I don't expect him to have a fake view, because you want somebody like a Andrew Schultz to speak his mind as a white person. You don't want no white person out here doing that performative shit. I see it, bro. I was going to call some shit out the other day, but I spared somebody because of how much they actually go out here and try to, you know, advocate for us and have our back and be at everything. You know what I'm saying? Not that I should give you brownie points or a pat on the back for the shit, but it does give you a little leeway. I do give you a little bit of pass. But white people, stop being performative when you see some shit going down. I get the horrific shit that be going on with us in our community, but I can tell when y'all motherfuckers being performative. People try to start using slang, try to do the Ebonic shit, try to type different, talk different. It's like, it's the most annoying shit in the world, bro. I don't want no performative ass white person coming to me trying to act like they relate when they don't. Keep it real with me, fam. Let me know who you are. Why you think I developed a level of respect for Trump? Not because I like the guy, not because I support the guy, I want to see him be president. It's because he let me know who he was and didn't have to put up a front. He didn't go up there and be performative. He didn't go out there and say, if you're not voting for me, you ain't black. He kept it real. He let you know who the fuck he was riding for and who and who he wanted supporting him. So there's a level of respect there. Isn't that crazy? How don't I respect the motherfucker in office who is out here trying to say things that would advocate for black people, but I have the respect for a motherfucker who wouldn't even spit on me if I was on fire? Keep it real with me, man. Keep it real with us. Get that performative shit the fuck up out of here. That's my message to y'all, man. I know a white girl out here who be trying to go at every black man that she sees because she's infatuated with black men, not because she actually likes or loves black men, but that infatuation that a lot of white girls have for black men put them in a situation to feel like they got to have all black men. So they try to be entangled with all black men or try to have black men around them so that they can feel validated and feel like, yeah, see, I'm doing my part. I'm around black people, or I have black friends, or I have black boyfriends, or I love black dick. Like, these type of white women scare me. They do. Because you'll never know their true intentions. I know a few out here. I've spared them, man. I've spared them, bro. I've spared these niggas. I remember there was a chick, man, who was pretending to be in love with this one black dude who ended up passing away. Rest in peace to him, man. Rest in peace to that man. I didn't know who he was, but it was a young black man who ended up getting murdered. It felt weird because I was like, you know, I get the, of course, man, being sad about something like that, especially when you knew somebody, when somebody was your friend and, you know what I'm saying, y'all developed a relationship. I get that. But when you find out that it was their grieving was sort of put in place with their performative acting when it comes to how they feel about black people, or thinking that they had to because the person was black and they felt like they had to put extra on something because somebody was black. It's very weird. It's a mental illness. You know? It's a mental illness when you feel like you got to do extra because somebody's black and you're white. And in a weird way, in an infatuation way. If you're not out here just being an ally or trying to, you know, help improve, then you're just here to lay on your back and take dick. And then use that as a trophy when you walk outside, thinking that that's how you advocate for black people. Nah. That's how you get nuts. And that's just me keeping it real with y'all. But either way, Either way, GMS fam, the green room. Today has been a great Monday. I'm very happy that y'all pulled up on me. I need y'all to do me a big favor, man. Hit that like button on your way out. Follow me on my socials. I'll follow everybody back. Hit the Cash App today if you are feeling generous. I'll most appreciate it. Donations, gifts, receives. Put a GMS in the chat. And I want to see y'all in the comment section of this video when the live is over, man. Let me see y'all in that comment section. I'm going to pop in there with y'all, man, and say what's up. Hey. A choker. Hey, shout out to y'all, man. Shout out AP, shout out Glow, shout out Avenue P, shout out to Glittery Bubble, shout out to Theodora NYC, my guy Toke Champs, Ralph X, Quick Stanfield, Vale in the building. I appreciate y'all, man. I'm finna smoke something. Enjoy the rest of my day. I'm finna go make these burgers too, man. I gotta go make some burgers. I forgot about that. Daddy duty on dinner duty. Finna go whip some burgers up, man. Have me a good night with the family. I'ma see y'all Wednesday, and I'ma see y'all Friday. Subscribe to the 3Gs. Subscribe to AP for Life. Subscribe to all great black outlets. Brim Dog, my G, I see you. GMS fam, the green room has been real. Do your due diligence. I'll see y'all later, man. One love. GMS fam, the green room. We out.